Impiana Hotel became a quarantine station when the country grappled with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in March last year. A total of 15,000 guests, mostly Malaysians, returning home from overseas and who tested negative for the virus, stayed at this hotel. Its general manager, David Xavier, speaks of the experience.
I must say it's been a very nice experience running a quarantine station, because we're first a quarantine station and then a hotel. The dynamics of running a hotel has changed now. It's very exciting because we get to look at the SOPs given to us by the government, the different agencies from APM to KKM. NATMA has their SOPs as well. We've fine-tuned a little because we're one of the first to start it. So the experience, I must say, is very, very different because, like I said, the whole hotel has changed. We don't have any more weekends. We don't have the Saturday nights or the Friday nights. We have 24 hours a day. We have 7 days. And so the whole hotel pattern of operation has changed. We get check-ins any time of the day. For right round the clock, there are check-ins. The team adapted very well, I must say. Everybody has adapted to this change and handling guests. We don't have the freedom of running up to the room whenever we want to, or whenever somebody says, send me a bottle of water. We don't have the luxury of running up to the room. It needs to be, when we cross the lifts into the floor, that's considered a red zone. So all that has really taught us a lot about how to manage a quarantine station and how to do it well. I think the important thing is how do we do it well, abide by the SOPs that are set in place, because lives matter. You know, people, our staff, we don't want to expose our staff to conditions that are risky. So we ensure that the PPEs are worn, the decon area, when they come out of a green zone, they go into a decon area. They have to have a bath, remove their clothes, change clothing, come back into a green zone. So all that we follow very strictly. It's tiring, it's expensive because of all the PPEs that you use, but it has to be done. So we don't want to compromise on that because we want to keep our people safe, and we are exposing them to a very different environment. Somebody who signed up to be a hotelier is now having to work closely with RAILA, with KKR, with the agencies. It's something that we were not trained to do, but we have adapted over the year, and I think the team has adapted very well as well. No matter how long this goes on, it's definitely something, an experience that we will hold and cherish. From where I sit right down to the waiter that's delivering the food, I think this COVID has changed everybody. To a certain extent, it's reset the world. On our foreign guests, we have quite a number, returning expats, contracted staff coming in to work. So a lot of them have selected to stay with us, again back to our corporates. So I see that also starting. The other wave that we're seeing with a shorter quarantine period of 7 days is the business traveler. The business traveler is now starting to travel because he can go out, he comes back on, say, Friday evening, spends 5-6 days clearing up his emails, and he's back home again. So we see people returning now. We've got some corporate people that stay with us for this would be their third, fourth time coming back actually. So I think the shortening of the quarantine period, in one sense, I think has helped the economy a little, because people start traveling, the business starts moving. We have expats who are coming in to do business with Malaysia. Trades happening, you know, which and when people travel, there's always business, and that turned out to be a benefit for the hotels in general, to the domestic market. We were fortunate that this hotel has 2 entrances and 2 blocks. So while we did our quarantine station, we kept selected floors open for our meeting seminar guests, which actually kept the hotel open. We kept our restaurants open, banqueting facilities open. We had a green zone, which had a totally different entrance, different lift. And we saw the domestic market bounce back very quickly. The minute the government opened up, we opened up certain floors, we found our weekends running at 95%. In terms of the perception of being a COVID hotel, I think that has changed from the first few months when the people thought, oh, you're a COVID hotel. No, it's not. It's a holding station. And I think from the crowd that we saw coming back, our regulars came back, our corporates came back to us. I think people understood the difference between a hospital in Sungai Buloh versus a quarantine station in the city. So that gave us a little bit of, we definitely gained a bit of advantage there with our sky bridges and our location. So we were busy when we opened up. Our green zones were full. And I think moving forward, that's what we're going to see. The minute we switch off a quarantine station and open back, I think we will bounce back pretty fast.